In a quiet little town, nestled between rolling green hills, lived a little boy named Leo. At 8 years old, his world was full of sunshine, toys, and endless questions. Leo lived with his mother, Anna, whose smile was as warm as a summer morning, and his father, David, whose hands were strong from hard work but always gentle with him. Every morning, long before the sun peeked over the hills, Leo would hear the quiet footsteps of his father getting ready for work. David was a builder, and his days were long and tiring, spent under the hot sun or in the biting cold. He'd leave with a quick, soft kiss on Leo's forehead and return late at night, his face etched with fatigue, but always with a loving smile reserved just for his family. Leo's mother, Anna, was the heart of their home. Her days were a whirlwind of cooking delicious meals, keeping their small house spotless, and helping Leo with his tricky homework. She would read him bedtime stories until he drifted off to sleep, her voice a comforting melody. But sometimes, Leo felt a little lonely. His parents always seemed so busy. He wished his dad had more time to play catch, and his mom wasn't always tidying up. He didn't quite understand the weight they carried on their shoulders, the silent sacrifices made just for him. One sunny afternoon at school, Leo's teacher, Mrs. Gable, gave the class a special assignment. This week, she announced with a cheerful voice, "I want you all to write about your real hero." The classroom buzzed with excitement. Kids shouted names like superheroes and famous athletes. But Leo was quiet. A hero, he thought of characters from his comic books, strong and powerful, who could fly and save the world. Who was his hero? The question puzzled him. That evening, Leo decided to become a detective. His mission, to find a real hero. He started by watching his father. He saw David come home, his shoulders slumped with exhaustion, but the moment David saw Leo, his weariness seemed to melt away. He'd ask, "How was your day, champ?" and listen patiently, even when his eyes were heavy with sleep. Leo noticed the calluses on his father's hands as he helped him build a block tower, a testament to his long hours of labor. Then, Leo turned his detective's eye to his mother. He saw her in the kitchen, humming a soft tune while she cooked his favorite pasta, even after she'd spent the whole day cleaning and running errands. He saw her patiently going over his math problems, explaining the same thing over and over until he understood. He watched as she mended his favorite teddy bear, her fingers moving with care and love. She was always there, a constant, comforting presence. One night, a sudden storm rolled into town. The wind howled and rain lashed against the windows. That same night, Leo's father fell ill. He had a high fever and couldn't get out of bed. His strong body weakened from overwork and a bad chill. Seeing his father, usually so resilient, looking so vulnerable, a wave of fear washed over Leo. The thought of his father being seriously hurt was terrifying. He realized in that moment how much he depended on him, how much he loved him. Anna was worried, but she remained calm, a steady rock in the storm. She placed a cool cloth on David's forehead and made him a warm soup. Leo watched, his heart aching. He wanted to help. "Mom," he whispered, "what can I do?" Anna smiled, her eyes filled with pride. "You can be a big help, sweetie." And so, Leo became a little hero in his own home. He cleaned his room without being asked. He brought his father glasses of water, his small hands careful not to spill a drop. He sat by his father's bed, telling him about his day at school, hoping his voice would be a comfort. He helped his mother set the table and even tried to fold the laundry, his small attempts bringing a gentle smile to her face. In those few days, as he cared for his father, Leo understood. His parents weren't just busy. They were working tirelessly, giving every piece of themselves to build a happy life for him. Their love was a quiet, powerful force that protected him every single day. The answer to his teacher's question was suddenly crystal clear. When Leo returned to school, he knew exactly what to write. He poured his heart onto the page, his words filled with a newfound understanding and gratitude. A few days later, it was time to share the essays. One by one, his classmates read about astronauts and firefighters. Then, it was Leo's turn. He walked to the front of the room, his paper trembling slightly in his hands. He took a deep breath and began to read. "My hero doesn't wear a cape or have superpowers," he started, his voice soft but clear. "My heroes wake up before the sun and come home after dark. My hero is my dad. He works so hard to give us everything we need, but he always has a smile for me. His hands are rough, but his hugs are the safest place in the world." He paused, looking up at his classmates, who were listening intently. "My other hero is my mom. She is the kindest person I know. She cooks, she cleans, and she helps me when I'm stuck. She reads me stories and tucks me in at night. She makes our house feel like a home. When my dad was sick, they were both so brave. They take care of me, and they take care of each other. They do it all with love. My parents, Anna and David, are my real heroes." As Efini said, a hush fell over the classroom. Mrs. Gable's eyes were glistening with tears. In the back of the room, two figures stood by the door. It was Anna and David. They had come to surprise him. Hearing their son's words, their hearts swelled with a pride so immense it left them breathless. When school was over, Leo ran into their arms. He hugged them tighter than he ever had before. "I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad," he whispered into their shoulders. "Thank you for everything." Anna kissed the top of his head, her tears now tears of joy. David wrapped his strong arms around both of them, creating a circle of love. In that perfect, beautiful moment, they were a family, bound by an unbreakable bond of love and gratitude. The greatest heroes weren't in comic books. They were right there, holding him close. Love your parents. They are your greatest heroes.